Welcome back to Satisfactory. Now I will apologize in advance. This episode will involve the pause screen multiple times because I wanted to, I guess, bring you on my journey of planning out how to do the smelting of steel with the other recipe, the solid steel ingot. So my calculations so far, I want to have 12 of these machines, which will net us 720 steel ingots. Of course, this is going to require power. I think we're good on that, but I have some plans in terms of power expansion if we need that. We'll get back to that if it is necessary. So for that to happen, we're going to have to upgrade some of our miners. I've let these machines just fill up. This one isn't full currently because I had to take out some, because I had to handcraft 70 encased industrial beams. And the reason why I'm handcrafting these 70 encased industrial beams is because we need to upgrade some of the miners that we have to get proper input of what we need, because we're going to need 480 coal and 480 iron ore to supply these 12 foundries. We're also going to need 16 iron smelters for the supply here, and well, currently we have an input of 240 of each, that is coal and iron ore, and I want to double that by upgrading the miners. So I've prepared the smelting line here. This is 8 smelters. I need to double this. Need to have 16, as I mentioned. I can't really go up in height here, because if I go up in height, I will have the smoke from the smelters coming through the glass, and aesthetically, I am not very fond of that. So I'm going to have to find a way to get room for it down here. One row of these will output 240 iron ore, and now that we can produce the Mark III conveyor belts, that means that if I place 2 rows here, and I do them front to front, I can have them in 2 different levels, and then they can go out and supply the foundries. I need to move that container as well. So yeah, there's things that's going to happen in this episode that is very groundbreakingly in terms of, or groundbreakingly changing the current situation of our base, because up until now we've been doing miner production. This also should be upgraded so that it all comes on 1 belt instead of 3 belts, but it's fine like that for now. So I'm not going to bother with that. I also will need more limestone, or rather concrete, because one of the things that we definitely want to produce is the encased industrial beams. They don't require that much steel beams per minute, but we are going to need them, and I don't think we have the alternate recipe for those yet. No, because there's an alternate recipe that uses steel pipes instead of steel beams. So yeah, I will go and upgrade the miners and set up this smelting column here, and I will return after the pause screen. Sorry about the non-appearing pause screen there. For those of you who are recording and who are using a Stream Deck, I found that the pause screen doesn't appear the first time you press it if you have a scene change there. So basically the solution is to just do it once before recording after you've started OBS. But there's another problem as well. If you're using a hotkey on your Stream Deck for pausing the recording, where there is no inbuilt function for that yet in the Stream Deck, you can fix this easily because you have to use a hotkey, and any hotkey on the Stream Deck doesn't work if OBS is in focus. So just make sure that OBS isn't in focus and you will be able to pause the recording. Anyways, I have done the upgrade of the iron mines and the coal mines out there, and the pure iron mine that was farthest out there. I haven't upgraded the 2 coal nodes that are behind here, but I'm getting to that. What I wanted to do first is to show you guys how to set up the front-to-front array that I'm intending to use here. So first of all, we're going to use mergers here because we want the product to go out on the right angle, and I think we wanted to go down that way. I'm a bit worried about this sand dune here. I might have to move things one down. I think I have to. Let's do that first. Move this down. It needs to be the right way. Move this one down here. Precision mouse button helps when you're doing this. And then we have to set up the mergers. And the mergers, as usual, should be 3 away. Now this is not so. 1, 2, 3. I believe that should work. We'll make a weird lift thing. No, not that one. No, that's fine. And then you take the other, you copy the smelter again using the middle mouse button. Make sure it's aligned. And 1, 2, 3. Now I can also connect the lift here. Of course, I don't want to do that because I want them to be on different heights for both sides. Now basically it's just a matter of I don't know what height I'm going to have these things on. Maybe, yeah, I think I'll use that would be 3 and 4 on the stackables, so 4 and 5 on the mergers. And now it's basically a matter of just doing this all the way down on both sides and connect them up, and then connect up the backside with the iron ore and the power, and you're all set to go on one of these arrays, which have a front-to-front smelting array thing. I'm not sure if the distance is the exact same here, but I think it is. Yeah, it very much looks like it's the same distance. Yeah, we can see approximately the same of each of the lifts, so that looks good actually. With that said, I will pause the recording again. And this time you should get a pause screen. Here we are. It's kind of dark, but we have these 8 in the behind connected up together, and these 8 in the front connected up together, and they're all smelting down iron ore into iron ingots, and those ingots are now ready to go out on these 2 belts here. You can see there are ingots there, and there are ingots here. Now I had to do some major rerouting of my belts, so let's go have a look at that. That one iron belt, that's iron ore, that was going down there, is no longer going down there, it's now going down here. There's a crisscross of belts here that is actually quite fascinating to look at. I don't want to build foundations all over the desert to have straight lines, so in the desert, which is going to be underneath the base, as you can see up there's where the base is going to be above the desert, it's going to be a fairly interesting crisscrossing landscape of belts and power lines going in all kinds of directions and heights. But I did get rid of this, the second crisscross here. Only got the copper left now, and because I removed the iron belt that was going there, that's the one that's going down there now. And here we have routed a fascinating crisscross here as well, because I wanted the topmost belt to go down to there so that I have the 2 coal belts together, and the lowermost belt, which is iron ore, is going up to the top there. So yeah, these 2 copper mines are being routed together here, and then into this splitter or merger, I mean, and then over here, and I have a lift taking it up because this is in the base, so I would like this to have kind of straight angles. And now what is left to do is to set up the foundries. I've already built them. With the no snapping thing, that's fairly annoying, and there isn't really any point to me showing it on camera either, because you just have to try and fail, because when you build a foundry, there, for some bizarre reason, there is no snap lines. You see, it snapped to the foundry itself, as in, well, it did. You see, that doesn't even make sense. Why does it snap there? It should snap here, but it snaps there. I don't want to build, so you would have a line of foundries going like this. It does snap to the middle of the splitter I'm on. I don't know what Coffee Stain Studios have done here, but I certainly hope they'll fix it, because it's very confusing, especially for newer players. This is going to be very, very confusing when... See? That's even wrong there. What the heck is the deal with this? Oh, that's why. Okay, so at least it should snap correctly now. Well, it snaps if you're far enough away, but again... Right, okay, my mistake there. I'll mention it in the Satisfactory Discord that perhaps it would be a good idea to make the Foundry inputs snap closer to whatever. Anyways, this is a back-to-back line of foundries, 6 on each side. I haven't set them up yet to do the alternate recipe for solid steel ingots, so we shall do so now. That is 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, and 240. We have to do the same on the other side. There we go. And I built them a little bit out of this dune here so that I get a straight line if I need that. Now it's just a matter of getting these on the correct levels, which is going to be also a challenge. So this is on level 4 and 5, which means I need the coal to be on level 6 and 7. And also the coal is on the wrong height here because of this belt. It's going to be going through that belt, which is not ideal at all. But I suppose I can do... I mean, this is not a location that I'm going to be driving out from. I can just drive up the dune over there or here. That's not a big concern of mine, but I don't know where I want that belt. Maybe here. 1, 2, 3. So what heights are these on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well, I'm not sure. Does this work? Or will that... Well, that barely works. Certainly not ideal. I don't want to take it all the way down either. Well, I guess this is the best I can do. Yeah, the coal goes underneath, so that's something at least. Okay, that doesn't work, so... Okay, well that actually works. Barely. This wouldn't work if I had been transporting wire or something that was tall on the belt here, but it works with this setup. Yeah. But I will connect up these things off camera because This is just going to be finicking about the heights and how to get things in on the correct height and angle and so forth. But this isn't something that I haven't shown off before. So I shall see you all shortly. And here we go. I've set up the belts, and as you can see, the iron ingots and coal are flowing literally into these 12 foundries that I've built here. And these are producing steel ingots at a ferocious rate, which is exactly what we want. So now the next challenge, of course, is to set up some kind of production line based on these, which does require that we tear down other parts of what we've built before, which would be the foundries over here. And yes, I built another tractor because I needed a second vehicle for stuff. I'm not sure what is in here. I don't have any iron ore. But it would seem that we can basically just tear these down now. Yeah, I think we can tear down all of this now, actually. So let's do that. Foundry as well, please. There we go. And then we can remove these, because these are only for transporting the steel ingots over to the construction lines that we have here. Need to check my inventory here now. No, we are fine as of yet. This one is full. This one is not, but we can still remove them. Now I won't remove the containers because those we will need. But I'll remove these machines. Just gotta be careful about my inventory here. That one can go in the belt there. This can go. Yeah, we're reaching the limit of what I can have in the inventory now. Does this belt? Yes, it does. So I'll just do this. Oh, I can't. There we go. And let it fill up. There we go, and I still have room for a tiny bit of iron plates, but not that much. I'll leave this here, and I'll run up to the sink to get rid of all of the stuff that I don't need in my inventory now. That is a good way to get rid of stuff that you don't need. If you don't want to have it stored in containers, just go to the sink and drop it off in a container like the one I have over here. The sink will slowly but steadily convert it into those tickets that you can use. You don't need this many iron pipes in the inventory. I don't need that. I can get rid of those, and the coal, and the steel ingots, the iron ingots. Let's take a new stack of rotors. And a new stack of those. I'll keep this. No, that's a small stack anyways. Leave this, leave this. And that gives us more inventory space. So first of all, let's grab another stack of modular frames. And then we need 1 stack of rotors. And I don't think we need this many reinforced iron plates now that we are using Mark III belts, but I'll take 1 stack of those as well. Iron plates we need 4 stacks of. Like so. And do we need more rods? Yeah, I like having 300 of them. Okay, so now I think we're mostly clear on the items over there. Just a matter of the little belt and the merger there. There we go. And then we have 1 container almost full of pipes and 1 container that has not full, but it has sufficient amount of these steel beams that we can set up a new production line for steel beams and steel pipes. So that'll be the next project that I need to do. I'm not sure if I should do it on this level or if I should put it up there. But if I want to put it up there, then I need to extend the glass plating a fair amount out, I think. Let's see here. Just need to think a bit. Yeah, I think we will extend the glass plating out. Probably somewhere around here. And we can use that as an anchor. That, however, I will do off camera because it will require oodles of concrete and lots of repetitive stuff. I think I showed off that I made that into elevators going down. That's the Caterium ore. There's also a pure Caterium node somewhere over there. I'm not sure if it's on that level or if it's on this level, but it is over there. I think we saw it in my exploration episode. That is a pure Caterium node, and we need to tap that at some point because that is an important resource. But again, I will pause while I extend the flooring up there, and probably also get down some support beams to make this look a little bit more natural. Not completely natural, but a little bit. So I shall see you all very soon. And here we are. So, since each of these produce 60 ingots per minute each, we have to make this into 3 belts. That would be Mark III belts, of course. And we need to get it up there. As I said, I would extend the platform. I have. And I've also done some mathematics. Yeah, I know. Horrible. Really horrible. But I want to show off this this array first. Aligning the mergers and the splitters. One thing that I've found is helpful is to stand. Let me just build a foundry. Right, it's encroaching something's clearance. So let's build a foundry like that. One thing that I found helpful is to stand like this, so that I'm standing right in front of it. And then I slowly, using precision mouse button, if you don't have that, just do it the way that you're comfortable with. And do not count from there, count from there. And then 1, 2, 3. And of course the red arrow needs to be pointing towards the... well, normally I would actually have a merger, but it's the same principle. Stand so that you can see the output, and just count out from the machine 1, 2, 3, and point the green arrow the way that you want the product to go. On the other side, it's much the same. You just stand so that you can see the entrance, or this would be the input, and you do the same here. You just count 1, 2, 3. And I like to do the floor ones first. And here's an interesting little tip about it. For each foundry input, there's always that little gap between. But then if you add another foundry directly beside it, there's, as you can see, I'm standing with the entrance now. the gap is not the same, so it's 2 away. See? Boop. And then again, a small gap. And so that's the way that since it doesn't snap properly, that's the way that I'm doing it. It works. When you have one of them down, it'll snap on the line, so you don't have to count 3 more than once. So, yeah. Let's run upstairs. I'm gonna have to build some more walkways, because it's gonna be a dredge to go all around the place to get to the things that I want to go to. And that auto site is getting a bit... Wait, hold on. I think I want to do something here. If I can target these things. Targeting the fences is not exactly ideal. I want to remove these. And then I want to use T-crossing. Yep, I want to use a T-crossing here. If it will allow me, thank you. And then I want to use a walkway crossing there. There we go. Can't remove the fences, sadly, without having to do a thingy here. Well, I guess I could do that as well. So then I want to have a walkway crossing. Come on, there. And then a walkway turn here. Now, it's not that dangerous to fall down this side, but it is kind of dangerous to fall down on the other side. But it'll be fine. I also made this nice little hole for this arch thing. That's a yellow slug. I might have to pick that up at some point. I've fenced in that. Probably should do the same with this, because it looks kind of silly with this going through there. But later on. Here's one of the foundations. Okay, so here's where the steel will come up. Now, I'm not sure if it's too close, so let's just test that with an elevator or a lift. Yeah, so I need to remove... Now I'm wondering, if I remove these, and then I add back these... Let's do this from an angle, because I don't want to fall down. Aha! Yeah, that's good. The first thing you want to do when you do this is place down the fences first. The reason for that is so that we don't end up not being able to place them. Because you do want the fences. Fences are a very good thing to have. Not that I would get any... I don't think I would get any damage from falling down from here. But adding the fences really makes your life easier when dealing with dangerous locations like these. I'll remove this one so I can actually build the lifts. So the mathematics that I did. I think I'm going to build 6 constructors making steel beams. That'll make 90 steel beams per minute. That will probably be adjusted later on, because I don't need that later on when I get the alternate recipe for the industrial beams. At that point we should actually be fine, but there's 2 constructors making steel beams. For now I'm going to make 12 constructors making steel pipe, which will give us 240 steel pipe. And I'm going to have 10 constructors making steel rods, which each of those produces 48 iron rods. So that's a grand total of 480, or 2 Mark III belts. And then I'm going to tear down things over there, because I don't need the iron rods there, and I want to change the screw production into casted screws now that I have Mark III belts. But I'm not sure that I'm going to bother doing that on camera. Well, yeah, I probably will do, or at least talk about it on camera. It's difficult for me to balance what to show on camera and not. I want to be able to learn you guys as much as possible, while at the same time reducing downtime. That is, like for instance, the intro of the previous video was 10 minutes of me babbling about the MAM hard drive things, which, well, I don't think that's ideal. So the fences won't work here. Okay. How can I mitigate that? Okay, well, one way we can mitigate that is actually to remove these. And let's see here. If we move, or not move, if we build some stackable conveyor poles there, I think. And there should be snapping with that one. Do turn off running when you're doing this, especially if you have the blade runners. And there, this one goes to 2, 3, 4, 5. This one should go to 4, and this one should go to 3. This isn't ideal because it's kind of encroaching on the driveway, but I just can't be too bothered with that because I need to get these products up. We connect that up like this. And then we need to remove these fences. They are so hard to hit. And orange out. I think we should be able to place lifts now. Yep, here we go. Now the question is on what height do I want these? Let's place some more fences so that I don't get encroaching problems with that. So this one is here. Yep. This one is 2 away. So there, I think. Yep. And then this one should be another further 2 away. So there. Now the question is, how do I want to do this in terms of taking it up? I think we'll come back to that. I will pause the recording again and set up the assembly lines so that I have those prepared for taking this these products up, that is the steel ingots. And when I've done that, I will start up with connecting up these to the lines, I think. I don't think it's... I wonder how many times I've said this, but again, I don't think it's necessary for me to show how I build an assembly line. I've done that so many times now on camera that I think that most of you are familiar with that specific process. So yeah, I'll build the assembly lines off camera while I pause the recording, and I shall see you when that's done. And I am back, but I have to change the screen manually. There we go. Okay, this took quite some time. For you, this was 2 seconds. For me, this was 1.5 hours, just doing planning. So let's have a look at what I've done here. First of all, this is set up correctly. I will explain it when we get back to it. I'm running around like a headless chicken. This is the steel pipe array, where we have 12 constructors that are going to make steel pipes for us. Let me just check that all of them have actually been set up to make steel pipes. I hope that one of them was kind of an aberration, but this is a very common thing to forget. I've connected up all the power as well. So all of the assemblers and constructors up here have been powered. This array is going to make steel rods, and let's just check that all of them have been set to make steel rods as well. There's 10 of them here, as I mentioned earlier. Yep, 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 and yep. And then we have these 6 machines here they are going to make steel beams. One of them that I had forgotten to set. Very good. And then finally, 2 assemblers over here that are going to make encased industrial beams. And for that we need, as you can see, concrete. So I also upgraded the limestone mine down there to a Mark II miner, and the limestone node at the other side of this mountain thing here, I also built a Mark II miner out there, and I belted in the limestone from that on a Mark II belt here. And downstairs there you can see that I have a new array of 6 constructors that are making concrete, but the 6th one of them is set with a production target of, well, it's supposed to be 5 per minute, but I'm not sure if it's possible to do that. No, it'll be staying at 4.95. I could probably set it to 34. The target would be 5, which means we get 80 concrete per minute. So I'm going to set it to 5.1 or 34%, because it should be 33.34% to be completely accurate to get 80 out of this. And the way that I've routed this is that I've routed it in here. I needed to take it in higher, and then the concrete is going to go up there. And then down, that belt is straight, just my eyes playing a trick on me. So this Mark II belt and this Mark II belt from here then goes to a Mark III belt. And I've just used Mark III belts all the way here because I can afford it. Otherwise I would calculate. So if you can't afford it, calculate those belts so that you get the correct speeds in the arrays. So let's get back to the setting things up here. We can start with the concrete array, which is going to be, I really don't like setting up the lifts. This needs to be Mark II. I always get this wrong. I think it is there. Mark II. Yay, that is correct. One thing that I would have liked to do, though, is to get it into a container. Which is going to be difficult if I do it like this. So, yeah, we have to redo this. We need this to be... Can I make a lift going from there to there? Yes, I can. Because we don't need this large area. Let's copy that storage container to... I think that's... No, I'm not sure about this one. Yeah, barely. That means we can remove that. Well, after I've done the lift, I think. And here. That's too high. Should be there. Can remove this. And we can connect these one to one another. And then we need to put up a fence here. And now we have concrete coming up. And then this needs to go to level 4. So level 3, that's 2. Level 4, that's 4. This belt connects to here. And if I've done my set up correctly, it should connect to there and be straight. Yep, there we go. And this one goes to there. And we can remove these additional splitters. I think that's a splitter. Yep, it is. So we have concrete now being buffered here, because we are only going to use, out of those 80, we are going to use 60. So we're going to have a buffer of 20 there. Now we need to connect up the steel. And I Again, I'm not a fan of doing this because I always get it wrong. But now we need to use Mark III. As you can see, I have Mark 1 on my first tool belt, Mark 2 on my second tool belt, and Mark 3 on my third tool belt. So we connect that one there, and this one needs to go to this height here. I think this is the correct height. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a merger. Hold on for a second here. I can't merge that with that. How did I plan on doing this? Because this is a full belt. This array over here, this one is making steel pipes. This one requires 360. Why did I place a merger there? I think I must have done some weird thinking here. It's supposed to be on level 5, and then there's supposed to be a stackable conveyor pole here on level 5. I think that's correct. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. These mergers are... they are not needed. Because we are going to split off. Actually, it doesn't need to go to level 5 at all, it needs to go to level 4. The splitter is wrong. Sorry about my waffling here. How did I think that I was going to do this? Well, no matter. This one goes one higher, and this one goes one higher. This one goes in, and it splits off over there. This one goes to there, and then continues to there. Not sure why I wanted that one higher. No, it doesn't need to be one higher. I'm very, very sorry about my waffling here. Let's start to connect them up one by one. The first one is this one. I'd rather like to stand on the other side. So, come on, snap. There we go. You go to this one. Yep, that looks correct. Then we connect that up to there. And this one connects to there, which then again connects to there, which then connects to there. Good. The next one is that one. And that one is supposed to go to this one. I think there. And I don't think that one is necessary. I can just remove that. That one is necessary because of the bend. So that one can connect to there and then to there. And then I'm splitting off 120, which means that this still needs to be... no, I'm splitting off half. So half of it goes to the steel rods, which is over there. Which means we need to go back to this, so we connect that to there. And while we're here, let us do the final lift as well. is this one, which is supposed to go to there, and then connect that to that one, and then this one connects to that one, and then that one connects to that one. This one connects down to this one. I'm not sure why I did it this far out. Not supposed to be this far out. No, that's the wrong one. So this here should go... Can I put it on the same angle as these? Or is that too far away? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if it's too far away. It isn't. Good. So that's for the steel beams. That should be exactly the amount we need. I need one of these here. 5. And then we need splitters. 1, 2, I think 3. I'm just gonna connect that up to be sure. Yep. So we continue to do that. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. We can remove the additional ones because we don't need them now, because I've already gathered the correct height, and I've also measured the elevators so that I know that the elevators are correct. Still just using Mark 1. These require 60 each, so we can use the Mark 1 lift here. There and there. Then this one goes there. There. And then it's a matter of actually hitting the target here. There we go, and there. And I've set this up also, so we're going to have 15... 45 on this side, so we can use Mark 1 belts here. Just connect these up. No. This needs to be Mark... No, that's actually correct. The lifts can be Mark 1. Then this one connects to there. This one connects to there. This one connects to that one. And here we can use a Mark 1 belt. Not that I need to. Let's just use a Mark 2 belt. Also, let's remove these additional mergers that we don't need. Ah, crying out loud, autosave. Autosave, that's a new one. So we connect up that to there, and then this one goes to this one. And then that goes to that one. And this one, and then in there. And let's again remove the additional ones that we don't need. That belt does not look correct. Like, it really does not look correct. Let's make that correct, shall we? Supposed to go there. Which means that I have to redo this. I'll pause briefly while I redo that. You've seen how I do it, so... There we go. I just didn't want to waste time, because the episode is already quite long, so... Then we get that connected to there. This connects into this, and now these things should start producing the steel beams. You can see the steel ingots going down into them. No power. Okay. Apparently I've forgotten to connect power to these. That must be rectified. Let's see, that's... 2 out. Can remove that power line. I need to keep the other power line there because I'm using that to connect What do you mean no power? Oh, right. Well, that's why it's getting no power, because I haven't connected this one up. Wire is too long. Yeah, I expected that. Let's then place that... yeah, here. I want the power to be connected. There we go. Everything's green. Good. Yay. Well, yellow at least. So those are now producing the steel beams. And I'm using these as denominations for where I want the roads. I've done that trick before, so some of you should be familiar with that. Now this requires a Mark II belt, so let's do that. And go back, and we take a lift, and I think that should be sufficient here. So all we need to do now is find that and do 2. And there we go. And this is just for measuring purposes. How much did we need over here? 48, good. Autosave incoming. So this one connects to that level, and we can remove these. And a Mark I belt will suffice. There we go. Remove the additional ones. And they require... yeah, so both of them can use Mark I lifts. Let's start with the one over here. Connect that up. Then we do this one. Then we do this one, and finally this one. And now we're also producing encased industrial beams very shortly. Yep, we can see the products are now coming in. Let's also connect up on the other side here, just so we have that done. Like so. Wait, that's wrong. This should be a merger, and it should not go that way, but this way. Boop. And boop. And then we can just use a Mark I belt between these, and a Mark I belt from here to there. Remove these mergers, and voila. As soon as we do this, boom. Now this one should fill up with encased industrial beams, which is going to be quite important as well. This one is getting those, but for the time being we're not getting enough of them. And finally we need to do the steel pipes. Well, it's not the final thing we need to do actually. What on earth have I done here? Don't ask me what I've done here. This is supposed to be there. I must have done some kind of weird thing in my head there. Mark II belt. Okay, I need to redo that one more time, because now it's on the too low. But you know what? I'll do that after the episode. So this one should connect to there. Yes, I know it will be belt clipping at the moment, but I will fix that in between the episodes. I just want this to be done for this specific episode's sake. Then connect this one not to there. Definitely not to there. So we need more splitters here. Come on. Is that on the correct angle? I hope so. Any mistakes in heights here? No, that looks correct. Although that looks absolutely ridiculous. But that's fine. A little bit of ridiculousness is fun from time to time. By the next episode it will be fixed though. Remove these. Then we need to connect these up to one another. And these take 12 ingots each, so a Mark II elevator or lift should be plenty here. There we go. And the final two ones. Our power network should be, yeah, there we go. Well, it's not too bad. Okay, now for this one. This one requires 2 belts. The other belt will come out here. And I think I'll take... So these require 30 each, so 120. I think I'll take the first 4. Not a merger, splitter. The first 4 I'll take on that level. And then the next ones I'll take on that level. Meh. There we go. And then we need to connect up the belts. So this belt connects to there, then continues to there. And now we can remove these. And for the third belt, we'll connect that to this one. Let's jump over here. I'm horrible at jumping, as you may have noticed. I'm sure I will get some nice comments about that, but that's fine. It's allowed to make fun of me for that kind of thing. There we go. And finally, we have that one connected. Let's remove these, and these, and these, and these. Oof. Okay, so they require 30 each. Yep, we can go back to toolbar 1 and start connecting up the lifts. I also need to buffer these, but for now I just want the production to get started, and I will figure out how to buffer afterwards. Because these are going to be used in many products. For instance, one of the reasons why I'm producing so many of the steel pipes is because of the rotor and stator production, which we need for the motors. And that's probably going to be featured in the next episode. We should have an exploration episode as well soon, but not until we have all of these chains here producing what they're supposed to do. Yep, they're getting in, and they're starting. Our power network should now be up to around 400. Yep, good. So yeah, there we go. I have not cleaned up after myself. Better. And I need to place down this fence. I hope that this episode was as efficient while as educational as possible. If I were to record all of the thinking, planning and stuff that I've been doing in this episode, this would have been like 8 episodes, 7 or 8, because that's how much time I've spent on this planning and so forth. I've been recording with pauses for many hours. But I hope that I got the gist of what you guys need to learn. These output 20 parts each, so it's 240 output. So I probably will put hold on, come on, the buffer here, and then I'll just go from here and go with mergers going around, and then through this one, going around again, all the way around in a manifold, and then entering here, and then I can take out from that one whenever I need. I wonder, however, I do wonder if this needs to be an industrial storage. I think it does, because I'm going to need more than one output from that one. And by using industrial storages, when you chain them together like this, get some horrible things going on. Not that way. I meant to chain it that way, because then I can use a lift going like this. That's a little tip. And now I have 3 outputs instead of 2 outputs. So that's a way to chain up these so that you can get many outputs, but it does tend to become very high if you do that. So eventually we will get Mark IV belts, which will transport 480 each, so that will help. However, one thing that I want to do before we end the episode, which is already now past 1 hour, which is probably the longest episode I've done so far. Let's grab a stack of these. And I need 300 steel pipes. So we'll just nab the output of a couple of these, so I have some steel pipes in reserve as well. I need to nab one more. There we go. We can put these back, and I'll have... no, I want even more. More, I want more. There we go. Can we put these into these machines? Yeah, we can. Good. That got rid of the steel ingots as well. We also need some copper sheets, but those are over at the other side of the base. I don't remember exactly where. Oh, yeah. They're behind here. There they are. So we need 3 stacks of these. And then let's go to the hub and send off the pod for the hypertubes. Boom and boom.
Milestone reached. Fixit Incorporated has processed and incorporated frequent Pioneer requests for pipe-based personal transport. Introducing Hypertubes. Safe, aesthetic, adaptable, fun. Enjoy a view of your hard work as you soar through incredibly tight turns. Build them today. Note: Fixit Incorporated is not responsible for any harm caused by irresponsible use of this product.
Indeed not. The color gun is also completed. So we need the color cartridges, which requires 100 flower petals. Gee, I wonder where we'll get those from. Research that. Good. And I also want to grab some raw quartz and some raw sulfur. Quartz, let's do the crystals. The other one I expect requires... No, it doesn't. So we get silica as well. The oscillator requires the quartz crystals, which we need to refine. Then we have sulfur Let's do the black powder. Oh, that requires coal as well. I think I had some coal in here. Yeah, it's not enough. Let's just quickly run down and get the coal we need then. One of the things that I'm also going to do in between episodes is that I'm going to empty out the steel beams and the steel pipes. The pipes I will probably just funnel into the shredder to get more tickets, because we are making plenty of steel pipes over there now. And I also want to tear down the, as I mentioned earlier, I want to tear down the non-iron plate stuff up here. Maybe start some iron wire production. I'm not sure yet. But I would like your feedback in the comments on what you want me to show there. I will definitely show the setup of the casted screws and stuff like that. Volatile applications, that requires 50 of the black powder. Anything else that we can research here? I don't need slug scanning. Yeah, we do have a purple slug, so let's get that done for when we find more slugs. Now we can also convert purple slugs into power shards. I think it's one of the power cells per green, 3 per yellow, and 5 per purple. That's the wrong way. Anything else? Well, we could do this, but I'm not gonna. I don't need it yet. I need to go to the somewhere to get the mycelia, because I haven't found any of that in the desert. This one, our stators. Might as well get slug scanning and we're done with it. That'll take 2 minutes though, so I'm not going to feature that on camera, because what it does is basically give us slug scanning. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so that was a very productive episode. I hope that I've been able to educate you properly. I will fix that belt issue over there. And please, as always, leave any questions and comments in the comment section, or come join us in the Discord, for which you'll find the link in the description of the video or in the banner of my channel up in the right. And I hope that you enjoyed the episode. I certainly enjoyed this. It's very fun to be back playing Satisfactory and do all this planning and so forth. I am enjoying this immensely. So, thank you all so much for joining me, and I will be seeing you all in the next episode.